Greetings, welcome to In Conversation with Trevor Masterclass. This is a platform where we learn from the best. These individuals are trailblazers and change makers whose vision, leadership, management, and entrepreneurship provides teaching moments and inspiration. Joining us today is Nyaradzo Moyo, the founder and chief executive of Yanaya a Lifestyle. Enjoy this masterclass.
Hi, this is Nyaradzo Moyo, and this is my masterclass. Yanaya Lifestyle is Zimbabwe's first exclusively healthy food brand. Our aim is to redefine what it means to eat healthy. We are the first brand to offer physician-approved meals. So Yanaya is here to change the way we have believed eating healthy is. We are here to make it Instagrammable. We are here to change the narrative about eating healthy. Eating healthy looks like your masao in a shake. Eating healthy looks like your mbambaira as fries. It's just changing the narrative from what we've always believed, that eating healthy must be eating sadzareji or nimruwe dovi. But because we're living with the Generation Z, it must be modern, it must be fresh, it must be fun, it must be funky. That's what Yanaya has to do. Our customer archetype primarily is the customer that is health conscious. It's customers that are vegetarian, it's customers that are vegan, it's customers that are trying to lose weight, it's customers that are watching what they are eating. So we needed to get the physician to say, okay, if we're going to put ginger in your tea, it's definitely going to help with this. If we're going to put moringa, if we're going to put broccoli, or whatever it is that we use in our ingredients, we needed the physicians to approve that what we're trying to achieve is what we're achieving with our ingredients. Yanaya is a Shona word that means mvura yanaya. What we're essentially saying is that freshness has come, freshness has rained. Yanaya, it sounds Japanese, but it's Shona. So this business, we started it in 2016. We used to do office deliveries of vegetarian foods to people that were vegetarian at the time. So from 2016 until 2019, we were doing these office deliveries as a way first to test the idea. Does it really work? Are there people out there that would choose healthy food over junk food? And around 2019, we built our first booth. Again, we were still in the product testing phase where we're testing, does this really work? But also, more than testing the product, we did not have the capital to be able to go fully fledged into what we wanted to do. So this is just to say, even with whatever you have, you can start. In my flat with my $50, started doing office deliveries. Took us 2 years until we could have our first booth. Even at the booth, that was not the idea. But the idea was to build blocks to get to where we wanted to get. And we operated the booth for 7 months until we could open our first fully fledged restaurant, and from then we've built to 11 stores now. And this has also come with a lot of hard work, a lot of passion, a lot of persistence to ensure that even in an economy that does not allow you to achieve your dreams or your vision or your goals, you're always going to find ways around to maneuver your dream or your idea. I'll tell you that for our first branch that we built, I would know every nail that is in that building. The paint, where we bought it, we literally had to DIY everything because we had the idea, but we didn't have the capital to fund the idea. So we had to DIY everything that we wanted to achieve to ensure that we get to the goal with minimal resources. Business ideas, as far as I believe, are all motivated with money. I think at the base of all our good intentions is money. So in going out and looking for food to eat as a young person, young executive, I would be going out and not finding something that I would enjoy, something that I'll say, oh, okay, we're going to go to this place and find something. So the light bulb moment was realizing a problem that was a pain point to me, and thought, look, if I can create a space that speaks to my problems, there must be other people out there that have the same problem that I'm having that are going to enjoy the service. The first challenge, I'll speak this from where I'm at back to when we started. So the first would be growth. So we're living in an inflationary environment. As an entrepreneur, the goal is to grow your revenue. And there's so much you can get from one branch. But also growing in itself is a problem. There's standardization issues, there's quality issues. So that has been one of our biggest problems. However, in this problem, one always has to choose. So do I sit with the problem of not growing my revenue, or do I sit with the problem of growth? And with Naya, we chose to make our way growing. That would be the first challenge that we faced. The second challenge was space. And this, where we're at now, is a challenge that is now a stride. When we started, because no one knew what Yanaya was, it was very difficult to find space. I spent over a year going to Joiner City, trying to convince them to say, okay, just give me the space that you're currently not using and I'm going to do something with it. So we do the booth, they give us a shop. Now we want to grow from Joiner City to upmarket, but we also couldn't get space. So we go to Avondale and we say to Avondale, look, just give us anything. So they give us a space that had ATMs. And that also says that in your challenges, you must always be creative in finding solutions that are going to speak to your challenges. So the property owners at Avondale gave us a space that was previously ATMs, and we made a restaurant out of an outside space. So that was a problem in our first and second year of operation. But now it's a stride, because at any given day, I'm getting calls from property managers that are saying, oh, we have this space, come and get this space, come and get this. This is to speak also to anyone that wants to build and facing these challenges, to say, be creative about your problems. There's always going to be a solution if you look deep inside yourself. The third challenge that we faced is being a woman, being a young woman, the work-life balance. That as a growing entrepreneur, you want the best for your business. I literally dream, breathe, sleep Yanaya in anything that I'm doing. But I have other demands outside of just the business. I'm a wife, I'm a sister, I'm a mother. So I had to find an equilibrium that says on some days, I'm a very good wife. On other days, I'm a terrible wife. So it's negotiating time, maybe sometimes 70% to the business, sometimes 30% to home. On other days, 70% towards home. On other days, 30% towards the business. So it was a challenge, but had to find a balance within that. I would say systems. You are going to succeed to the level of your systems, and you're going to fail to the level of your systems. So in the restaurant business, a lot of it is very repetitive. So you need to go through your standard operating procedures rigorously with your HR people, as you're getting people that are coming on the ground to say, this is the Yanaya way of doing things. This is the Yanaya way of making our meals. This is the Yanaya way of greeting our customers. So I would say systems. So your systems, your policies, and your procedures. I would overemphasize on the systems. You're going to make it to the level of your systems, or you're going to fail to the level of your systems. So the restaurant business as a service business, and your person who's standing by the door greeting the customer is the person that is going to sell the business. People don't remember the food, well, I hope they do, but they remember how they are treated by the waiter, how they are treated by the cashier. So if you don't take care of your people as the owner or as the founder, then they're going to be grumpy. And again, going back to the thing of standards, they're not going to follow your systems or your procedures because you haven't taken care of them. They are the face of the company. They are the people. They are the ambassadors of the brand. So it's important to ensure that you invest in your people, because they're the people that are going to sell the brand and to represent the vision of what you want to achieve. So our business has 3 core product lines. The first is the restaurant business. So this is takeaway, sit-in, where you walk in, you buy your smoothie, you buy your bunless burger, you buy your wrap. That's the first offering. The second offering, we've got retail products. So because ours is to redefine what it means to eat healthy and to offer solutions to people that have problems because of their health conditions. So say you're diabetic, you have high blood pressure, you're lactose intolerant. I would not say being vegan is a health condition, but say you're in that box. Ours is to offer those solutions. So our second offering are retail products. These are dairy-free products that speaks to diabetic people because our yogurts are not sweetened, our milk is not sweetened. This speaks to vegans, so we've got yogurts, we've got milk, we've got ice creams that answer these problems that people that have health problems. The last offering that we have in canteens, where we operate canteens at institutions. One of the institutions that we offer catering at is at hospitals. So because of our core business, that is healthy food, at hospitals we are now serving your patients food. If your patient is diabetic, you're sure to know that if they're eating Yanaya food, it's going to have less fat, it has less salt, it has no sugar. We then also offer to the staff that's servicing these patients. So these are the 3 core offerings that we offer at Yanaya, that is restaurant business, manufacturing, and canteen management. So my role is not cast in stone to say this is what I do. Remember, I built Yanaya with my own hands. So from making a smoothie, I could go to the kitchen and make a smoothie. I could go to the kitchen and make a burger, or I could be on the front serving the customers as the cashier, taking the cash. I could be the waiter, or I could be in a meeting trying to negotiate for a retail space, or I could be at the factory with the team that works at the factory and we're developing new products, or I could be out looking for new business, say at different institutions, to say this is what Yanaya offers. So my role changes depending on what I need to do at the time. If I need to be waiting for customers that are coming in, then I can be waiting for customers that are coming in. If I need to put on a suit and sit behind a chair and become the CEO of the company, then I become that. So my role is not, oh, I'm the founder. I sit at the back and analyze our numbers. I could be in the factory doing night shift with the team that's working during the night to ensure that we have the delivery that we need to do. So my role is not cast in stone. I can be anything that Yanaya needs me to be at the time that I'm supposed to be that. So I went to Stellenbosch University. At Stellenbosch University, I studied art. Primarily because when I was growing up, I didn't know what I wanted to become. I wanted to be different, but I didn't know what difference meant because of the exposure that I had. I'm a girl that came from Marondera. So in Marondera, we only had so much exposure. I knew I didn't want to be an accountant. I didn't want to be a doctor. I didn't want to be an engineer. I wanted to be different. So when I had the exposure, the only different thing that I could do was art. So I studied art. I'm really grateful I studied art. I did a BA in design and photography at Stellenbosch University. I'm on the extreme end of people that are left-brained, extremely creative, which is why I think when I was thinking of something different, when everyone was doing accounting and everything, I went and did photography. And when I finished uni, I was an excellent photographer. Exhibited at the National Gallery of Zimbabwe, exhibited in South Africa in Cape Town, at one of the biggest galleries, exhibited in France, primarily because I'm left-brained, and because of my Christian background. My mom always used to tell me that whatever your hand finds to do, do it with all your might and with all your power. So as I was exercising my photography, my painting, I've done a bit of poetry, I've excelled in that. As much as I'm a restaurateur, but I think my education and my background as a designer, as a photographer, has shaped the person that I am today. I'm always thinking of things visually. So if we're designing our menu, I'll pay attention to the ingredients, but at the back of my mind, it's the colors. It's the plate, how it's going to look like. Our restaurants, it's the setup. Our brand color is green. Our name, coming up with the name of the brand. So because of my photography and my design and being a creative, it has helped us as a business as we're curating all the aspects that make the business. When we are marketing, when we are doing our photography, when we are coming up with our menus, like I mentioned, it's feeding off from the creative side that, okay, in the customer's mind, what do they want to see? How can we creatively, innovatively, and in a catchy manner catch the customer's mind, whether they're scrolling on their phone, whether they're driving past our location, whether they're in TM Pick and Pay and they're walking past an aisle. How can we make sure that our product stands out of everything else, which is fed from the photography and the design? And I would want to credit our success to that, because what we have managed to do is to create an aspirational brand that if you haven't gone to Yanaya, there must be something wrong with you. It's a status-giving brand. If you haven't eaten Yanaya, because of how we've curated all the little aspects of the business to ensure that it becomes the brand that it is today. First and foremost, I'm a woman of faith. The business, as in the definition of faith, it's believing in things that are not, that they are. When pressure comes, when we started the business and, after the office deliveries and we had the booth, I believed that God had called me to do this thing. So when pressure comes and I'm panicking and I'm all over, I remember who gave me the keys to say, go ahead and do this. So that calms me down. But even if it does not calm me down, I tell myself that all things work for the good for those that trust the Lord. So we're going to go through the valley of shadow of death, but it's not death. It can look gloomy today where it looks like, oh my God, this thing is going to crumble, it's going to crash, but it won't. Things have a way of working their way around for us, and primarily for me and in my trust in God. As women, the narrative is changing in my generation, and I want to be part of the pioneers that are changing the narrative about women, young women, because I'm a young woman, in business, to say we can be hardworking, we can be persistent, we can be women of integrity, women of honor that do not choose the easier way out, but that are going to use their hands to achieve this. So in our organization, over 60% of people that work at Yanaya are women, and primarily young women. And it's just my role to empower them to say, you can create a better life for yourself. You don't need a pass. You don't need anyone to give you anything on a silver platter. Before I started doing the office deliveries, I did a business proposal. I gave it to my friend to say, look, can you fund this business? Want to do a restaurant, it's going to be plant-based, and to start it, the capex, I think I needed 160,000 USD because it needed to be state of the art. And she said, are you crazy? You think I have 160,000 USD to give you to finance your dreams? You think I don't have my own dreams that I want to finance? I don't have that kind of money. And I went back feeling discouraged and to say, oh, but why won't you give me the money? And I went back and said, no, look, the dream is mine. So I have to make sure that I make my dream come true. And dreams do come true. So from our $50, look, I'm testing the product and it's working. I went back to my friend. But now, because I'd walked the journey of entrepreneurship and understood that no one is going to come and finance your dreams if you don't believe in them yourself. So I believed in my idea and started doing these office deliveries. When I went to her again this time, I said, okay, look, I've started doing my $50 deliveries. I think we would grow our revenue more if we had a central place where people would come and buy. Right now, we are only delivering to people that we know. There are numerous other people that would find this product offering well. At that time, I needed $5,000 US. And she said, I'll gladly give you $5,000 to continue to grow your business. So my friend gave me $5,000. 10% interest that I had to pay over a year, and religiously paid the $5,000 US plus the 10% interest in the year that we had said. But as we were paying back the loan, we were also saving. We were also bootstrapping to say, look, this is the starting point, but this is where we want to go. So I would say that's how the business was funded. We got $5,000 that we had to pay over a year with 10% interest. We got the $5,000 we saved to open our first restaurant. When we were opening our first restaurant, we hadn't finished paying because it was 7 months into the business. I got extra funding to add on to open the restaurant, and that was the last time we ever got funding for the business. For all the other branches that we have grown, we've had to say, okay, these are the profits that we've made. Let's plow it back into the business. Let's open another branch. We open another branch, it grows our revenue. Open another branch, it grows our revenue. So we are still on an upward trajectory. And the bigger idea really is to make $1 million. As a 30-year-old young woman who has achieved what we have achieved, myself and my husband, in the last 3 years, I've learned that dreams do come true. If you apply yourself to your dream, if you are persistent in your dream, if you're committed and if you're passionate about your idea, they do come true. Second lesson, failure will not overcome you unless if you're allowed to, because in business, especially in Zimbabwe, it's tough, it's difficult. Every day you literally have to be motivating yourself. You literally have to be saying affirmations, reciting Bible promises to say, God, you've said that you're going to do this to me. So if you allow failure in those moments, it will overtake you and you fail. But if you do not allow failure in those moments, you're going to overcome them because you believe in your idea. The third thing, well, this is applying now that I'm at 30 and I'm sitting on Trevor Ncube's Masterclass, is that once you start building your blocks towards achieving your dreams, it becomes too late to fail. So failure is no longer an option, and failure is not an option for anyone in anything that you're doing. You could be employed, you could be at school. Failure is not an option. Where we're at now, it's too late to fail. Lastly, yes, the motivation in building Yanaya was money. And when you don't have money, you think that money is going to answer all your problems. When I had the $5,000 that I got when we were starting the business, I thought, oh my God, and then all of a sudden 5,000 was nothing. And as we were building the business, I realized that money is a perception. And if you don't tell yourself that for my life, I'm satisfied with this, you're always going to be chasing the bag. You're always going to have sleepless nights trying to think, how can I make more? How can I make more? And you'll be obsessed about it. So it's discipline in knowing and understanding yourself and what you want to achieve in your life, that when you have achieved it, you say, yeah, I've achieved it and I've been successful in my quest for achieving this. When I started the business, I thought that I was going to get the $1 million from increasing our footprint in branches. But every year, when we sit and we do our strategy to say, okay, this is where the business is going to go, the form of how we're going to make $1 million continues to change every day. So I wouldn't, where I'm standing right now, I thought maybe growing our branch network is going to have us make $1 million. But I've realized that, oh, actually maybe retail products are going to accelerate our making $1 million faster. And I thought, no, actually maybe canteens are going to get us to get to $1 million faster. This is just to say your initial idea or your initial strategy is not always going to be what's going to be your end product. Change is a constant. So the idea continues to change, and how you achieve the dream continues to change as you grow day by day. And in my belief in Christ is to say, God continues to show you to say, no, if you knock on this door, you're going to be 10 steps closer to your dream or to achieving this that I've given you. So to making $1 million, I'm definitely going to make $1 million. How I'm going to make $1 million, I'm not sure if it's in increasing the branch network, increasing our retail products, or getting more canteens, or whatever else that we might be doing next year by this time that's going to accelerate us to get to that place. We're a young, dynamic, vibrant brand that cannot be boxed in these things to say this is going to get us money. But as we grow, as we innovate, we are definitely going to make $1 million. For my friends, fellow young women out there, no one is going to give you anything on a silver platter. We work hard, we use our minds, we use our hands to achieve our dreams. There's no easy way out. There's nothing that's going to come without a cost. So what we might believe that is the easier way out actually has a cost. So choose the right cost of achieving your dreams. And the right cost of achieving your dreams is to pursue your dreams vehemently. Pursue them with every fiber that is in your body, with your mind, with your creativity, with your knowledge, with the things that are around you. The solution to the dream that you have is inside of you. It's not outside of you. It is in you, and only you can achieve what you dream. From the last time I was on Conversations with Trevor, I was challenged to read more books. And from the last time that I was here and now, I have read a number of books that have challenged me in different ways. The first one is 48 Laws of Power. I know it's very controversial. Also, because I'm Christian, you wouldn't derive Christian principles from the 48 Laws of Power. But I find some of the laws very, very useful. One of the laws that my friend and I speak about a lot is allowing people with negative energy, either in your company, in your circles, or around you. The energy or the attitude that people carry is going to affect you. So it's one of the laws that I find very useful and something that I would always want to share, to say, be careful of the people that are around you. The second book that I've read from the time that I was here is Atomic Habits. And the principle in the book is to say, show up for your goals every day. If your goal is to run 10 kilometers, if you try to run 10 kilometers when you've never run in your life, you're going to get tired and you're going to write resolutions in January. You do it again mid-year, you do it for 5 days, you do it for 10 days, and then you give up. But what Atomic Habits primarily teaches is to say, okay, run a kilometer, celebrate the kilometer. When you can run the kilometer for 10 days, then maybe do 2 kilometers. So it's building blocks in your habits to craft the life or the lifestyle that you want to define who you are.
Thank you for watching this masterclass. I hope you learned a few lessons. Yes, indeed, dreams do come true, and yet we so easily give up on our dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. I also like the point about the importance of systems in a business. So much to learn from that masterclass. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, cheers to you all.